Welcome, this is Yogalates. Today we just need a ring or a strap and a block. So we're going to start at the top of our mat, feet hip distance apart, warming up, reaching those arms all the way up, lean back, and slowly come down, hands under your shoulders, find that plank line. Hold the plank line, bring your one arm up, go back into your plank, other arm up, go back into your plank, slowly lower down, bending those elbows towards your ribs, point your toes, lift up your legs, stretch, lower down, come up, lift up through the chest. Deep breath, exhale, find that down dog. We're gonna stay in the down dog for about 5 deep breaths. You can walk your dog or you can just stay there in your down dog. Breathe. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly bend the knees, stepping or jumping up, and round yourself up through the spine, reaching those arms all the way back up. Lean back, deep breath. Good, exhale, slowly come down, hands under your shoulders. Find that plank line, we're gonna do it again. One arm up, plank line, other arm up, plank line. Slowly coming down, point those toes, lift the legs up, and then lift up through the chest. And then find that down dog again. 5 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, step or jump, slowly coming up all the way into a standing position, reaching those arms all the way up. Lean back as you push those hips forward. Exhale, swan dive back down. Find that plank line, open up to one side. Deep breath in, exhale down, open up to the other side, deep breath. Exhale down, bend those elbows towards your ribs as you lower. Point your toes, lift up the legs. Lower the legs down, lift up through the chest. And then find that down dog. 5 deep breaths. We're gonna do that one more time. You can walk your dog or you can just stay in your down dog. If you are walking your dog, feel through the hips, shift it around, move the knees, stretch out your back. Good, one more deep breath. And on that exhalation, stepping or jumping all the way up towards your hands and rounding up through the spine until you come to that tall position, reaching those arms up, deep breath. Exhale, swan dive down, hands under those shoulders, find your plank line. Squeeze nice and tight through the core, open up to one side, side plank. Find that plank line, open up to the other side, coming back into your plank, and then slowly bending those elbows as they hug the ribs, lowering down, point the toes, lift up the legs, and then lift up through the chest, and then meet in your down dog. 5 more deep breaths here. Take your time to stretch, make it feel good for you, widening the fingers, straightening the back, opening up through the shoulders. Good, one more deep breath in. Now bend your knees just before they're about to touch the ground. Stay here, hovering off the ground in this tabletop position. Start walking back with those knees low to the ground. from one end of the mat to the other end of the mat. Walk forward and back. Keeping those knees nice and low, but not touching the ground. This is just an animal crawl, which yoga is developed, yoga and Pilates was developed by looking at the way animals move and the way babies move. Just basically your natural instinct of how to move. Your body knows what it's doing, just on a really primitive, basic level. So we're remembering that, activating all of these core essential muscles. Good, about 20 more seconds, going forward and back. Good, keep moving, breathing through this. Try to go one more length, up and down, onto your mat. Good. And the next time that you come toward the top of your mat, stay here toward the top of your mat. Both knees are going to hover off the ground. Stay here in little pulses, just moving up and down about 2 or 3 inches with those knees. Squeeze the core, activate core, barely grazing the ground, and then up just about 3 inches. Those quads should be screaming to you right now. 20 more seconds here. Good, keep breathing. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let the knees lower all the way down. Bring just your right leg up. Just that right leg up. And then lower your forearms onto the ground. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen. When you bend, give it a few pulses. Lengthen, pulse it in. Lengthen, pulse, pulse in. Good. Point that toe. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're gonna keep the knee bent and then take your opposite hand, see if you can catch your foot, excuse me, catch your foot here. You can stay onto your forearm or you could come onto your hand if it's more comfortable. Start bringing the leg down and up, down and up. Make sure you have a nice grip on that foot, down and up. Good, 10, 9, keep getting it up higher every time you come up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're just gonna switch sides. You can take a few round and arcs through your back, loosening up. Again, you could be onto your forearms or onto your hands. And then when you're ready, extend that opposite leg, lengthen, and bend. Little pulses when you bend. Lengthen, bend. Lengthen, bend. Good. Take your time. This is a really good time to just stretch out through those muscles. You might feel tightness that you hadn't previously felt before. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. Catch your foot with your opposite hand. So if it's your left foot, then it's your right hand. And then just start taking it out and back. Feeling into that range of motion, good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And 1. Come back onto those forearms. Round and arc through the spine a few times. And then start curling your toes. Press back into a dolphin. So I want those forearms on the ground if you can. Let some of that blood come to the head. All right, we're gonna start moving from dolphin to down dog. So when you're ready, come up onto your hands. Down dog, stretch. Come back into your dolphin. And down dog. So we're going up and down. Try to alternate which arm comes down. So right arm down, and then left arm down. Take your time to stretch anywhere that you want in between that feels good. Good, keep breathing and moving through this. Good, 10 more seconds. And then we're gonna stay in the down dog and do a few jack jumps. Good. Make sure you're even on both sides with the right arm down, left arm down. Find that down dog position. Now we're gonna either step our feet apart or you can jump. Either jumping or stepping. Again, stretching through this in ways that feel good for you. Good. 30 more seconds. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Putting a little bend in your knees. Good. 15 more seconds, and then we're gonna stay with our legs wide. Put our fingertips together, and then do some tricep push-ups. In 3, 2, and stay wide. With your legs, stay wide. Bring your thumb and your index finger together, like you're making a heart shape with your hands. And then try to bring your heart down to that heart shape. So it's heart to heart. Bring it down and up. Again, taking stretches along the way through the legs. Press it back. Good. All right, in 10 seconds, we're gonna stay with those elbows bent out to the side and just hold it. And 3, 2, stay there with those elbows bent out to the side, like you're reaching your heart all the way down. Good, just stay there, hold. Press back through the legs. Those elbows are bent and you're just isolating that muscle. Good, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift the weight back, stretch it out. Now we're gonna start pointing our toes outward. Point those toes outward. Start bending the knees, hands come all the way flat on the ground in line with your shoulders. So your hands are gonna be right under your shoulders. Start shifting, side to side. Make sure those knees are pointed in the direction of your toes. Good. Big range of movement here, feeling through the hips, through the knees. Getting your stance as wide as comfortable. We're gonna shift for about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna come into a low goddess pose. Good, another 3, 2, 1. Now come to center. Both knees point out. Use your hands, press your legs open through the knees. Stay here and shift. Keep pressing those knees open with your hands or even with your forearms. Try to look up. Open up through the chest, good. Just shift side to side. Should be feeling a nice inner thigh stretch. Quads activated. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now tuck in that tailbone, bring the palms together. We're up with the upper body, getting low in that low body. Stay here, bring the arms all the way up, inhale. Exhale, circled around back to heart. Keep sitting low. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, circled around to heart. Keep squeezing through the glutes, stretching through the arms. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling to your heart center. Good, another 5, 4, 3, keep sitting nice and low, 2, and 1. Come back to the goddess. Take your right hand, or whatever side, over toward the same side. So if it's right hand or right arm, it's right leg. Gaze up toward the ceiling, see if you can open up through the arms, and then straighten out that opposite leg. See how low you can get that arm. Maybe you put a block there. Gaze up, stretch, open up through that inner thigh. Good, breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring those palms back together, bend both knees, shift to your other side. Starting with both knees bent, look up to that ceiling. Your arm presses onto your leg. If you can, open up those arms and stretch out the opposite leg. Keep opening up that inner thigh with your arm. Another 3, 2, and 1. Now coming back to center, both hands coming onto the ground. Think about your feet pointing out to the sides, coming all the way down onto the soles of your feet. Your arms are going to press onto your legs. Stretch even those fingers, open, open, open. Arms are working. Inner thighs are stretching. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, One, if you needed to, you could sit on a block here. Now keep your legs where they are. Point your arms forward. Interlace the bottom three. So your index fingers pointed forward. Stay here. We're gonna do breath of fire. With the belly, breathe. Try to just breathe through the nose, belly breath, good. Good, 20 more seconds, keep breathing, keep sitting low. Ten more seconds, keep going. Good, 3, 2, 1. Place those hands onto the ground, come into a crow position. See if you can lift one foot and the other foot, just balancing on your arms. Look at the spot on the floor. Breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release to the ground. Find that tabletop position. Take a few cat-cows, rounding and arcing. Move through the spine. Good. All right, now we're going to find a flat tabletop back. Extend your right leg and your right arm, so you're balancing. See how high you can come up. Let the left foot support you. Curl the toe on the left foot. Just look up, stretch, and breathe. Good, and now we're gonna start circling from the shoulder and hip. Good. Keep everything nice and long, belly tucked in. 20 more seconds this direction. We're gonna switch directions for 30, and then we're gonna crunch it in for another 30. Good, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just go the other way. Circle. If you're having a hard time balancing, try to bring your back foot a little bit more to an angle with that toe curled behind you for support. Good, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring elbow towards your knee, crunch it in, lengthen out. Crunch it in, lengthen out. Move with the breath. Crunch it in, you're rounding through the back when you crunch in, and then opening up through the chest when you lengthen out. Keep breathing through this. Another 10 more seconds here, and then we'll switch sides. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and find that tabletop position, round and arc through the cat-cow. Making any little movements along the way, just making sure your spine feels nice and stretched out. Good. And now we're gonna find that other side. Curl the toe on the right side, extend the left leg. So this right foot is gonna start going out a little bit to the side as you come into that half moon position. Find that half moon, stretch there. Remember that right foot is slightly out to an angle. This helps balance you. It's not like this, it's like this. Good, just stretch it. Lengthen through those muscles. Breathe, another 3, 2, 1, and then start circling through that shoulder and hip with your limbs staying nice and long. Good, 30 seconds this direction, and then we'll go 30 seconds the other direction. Good, just keep lengthening through those limbs. Breathing here, nice strong core, draw that belly in, another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just your other way. Keep lengthening. 30 more seconds this direction, then we're crunching it in. Good. Keep breathing, 20 seconds. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crunch it in and out. Bring it in, lengthen out. Moving with that breath, exhaling in, inhaling out. Good, 15 more seconds here. Good, last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find that tabletop position. Take a few movements, rounding and arcing, loosening up any kinks. And then find that flat tabletop back. Now I want you to isolate through the shoulders. Just roll the shoulders. Try to keep your back flat. Whatever way you're going, stay with this direction for about 10 more seconds, and then we'll switch direction. Good, and when you're ready, go that other way. Switch the direction. Good, another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl the toes, take it back into your downward facing dog, and see if you can do some donkey hops here. If you don't like donkey hopping, then you could just bend and lengthen through the knees. If it's not too much trouble for you to donkey hop, give a few hops here. It's gonna get your heart rate going a little bit more. Good, about 20 more seconds through these donkey hops. Keep breathing. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hop all the way up towards your feet in that forward fold position. Bend those knees, placing your forearms onto your thighs. Catch your breath, let the blood come down towards your head just a little bit. Move side to side, and then start bending all the way down and straighten. So I want those forearms rested onto your thighs, bending down, practicing that low squat, and then forward fold. Just go as much as comfortable for you. Adjust your alignment so that you can get as low as comfortable for you. And then see if you can start adjusting it so much that your feet stay flat And your arms are gonna come on the inside part of your legs and then go back into that forward fold. So as women, when we become women, our hips get bigger. Men maybe don't need as wide of a stance. Women need a little bit wider to get comfortable here. So take your time adjusting, moving through that forward fold into that low squat. Good. Just about 15 more seconds. And then we're gonna stay in that wider legged forward fold. Good, another 3, 2, end in that forward fold position. Our legs are a little bit wider. And then I just want you to try to dip your head all the way through as much as possible through the legs. Use your arms to help you. Stay here about 5 deep breaths. And then we're gonna stay folded down, but then move it into an added shoulder stretch. So right now I want you to just focus on using your hands to pull your body toward your legs. Feeling that stretch all the way through the hamstrings, through the back of your legs. And shift around just a little bit while you're here to feel through the muscles. Good, one more deep breath here. And now we're just gonna take our arms behind us, interlace your fingers, and we're gonna take a shoulder stretch here. Stay dipping down nice and low. Those legs are still stretching, but your hands are behind you instead of using your hands to help you stretch. Stretch out through your shoulders. And then little movement side to side, like you're trying to touch your nose to one knee and the other knee. Good, about 5 more deep breaths. Good, and on the exhalation, come back to center. Release your hands back down all the way to the ground. Bend your knees so that almost like you're doing a crow prep. And then hop it in and out. Hop in, together, and out. Feet together, hop, in and out. Take your time, like you're doing a little froggy hop, together and apart. When you're apart, those feet are flat. When you're together, your heels can be lifted. 30 more seconds. Keep breathing. Moving through this, another 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, end with those feet apart. Start walking your hands down, lowering your knees to the ground. And we're gonna find that frog position. Forearms come down onto the ground. Knees are wide, so if you need to, you can put a towel or you can adjust your mat. We're gonna be here about 10 deep breaths, stretching out through the inner thighs, just in whatever neutral position your spine wants to go. And then we'll shift it back and breathe, and then shift it forward and breathe. If you had a block, you could put a block under your forehead or just lower down at your own comfort. shift it a little bit forward. Stay there. Breathe. Resting either onto your forearms or your hands, whatever feels good. And then shifting it just slightly back. Another 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, take your hands under your shoulders, bring those knees back under your hip bones, and start crossing your legs behind you, shifting your weight back so you can bring your legs out in front of you. And find your ring or your strap and come all the way onto your back. All the way onto your back. Take both feet into that ring or strap. Bring your chin into your chest and bend both knees and lengthen. Bend and lengthen. When you lengthen, I want you to pull up on that ring or the strap to give your upper abdominals and your arms some work here. Lengthen, pull up, bend, straighten out through the back. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Now go ahead and put the ring all the way through the legs. So your ankles are on the ring's on the outside, the feet are on the inside. Tuck your thumbs under your seat for support. Bring that chin into your chest. Resist out on that ring, or if you don't have a ring, don't use any prop at all, and just keep your legs straight. Resist out on that ring, lowering down and up as you resist out on the ring. Flex those feet. Lower down and up. Breathing through this. Good, just take your time. These don't have to be fast movements at all. Good, 20 more seconds here. Just keep breathing, moving through it. Good, try to go one more time all the way down and all the way back up. And end with your legs up. Take your right hand behind your head and your left arm, stretch it all the way back behind you. Deep breath into it. On the exhalation, reach up toward your right foot. So the left arm reaches all the way up towards your right foot, going down and up. Try to keep the resistance. If you have that ring, try to keep that resistance with the ring. Straightening up those legs, good. Another 5, 4, really slow, controlled movements. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Left hand behind your head. Right arm stretches all the way out, back behind you, and then reaches up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Trying to stretch even your pinky finger. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your head down. Take your ring, if you have that ring, and bring it all the way up past your knees, and then find your block. Your block is going to go right under your feet. So scooch it as close as you can comfortably. And then that ring right above your knees, lift your hips up in a bridge position. See if you can walk your arms behind you, interlacing those fingers. So we're in a bridge position with that shoulder stretch. Start pulsing out through the ring. If you don't have the ring, just little pulses with the legs out, squeezing nice and high. Just 30 seconds here. Squeeze those glutes as high as you can, pulsing out, stretching out through the shoulders. Walk closer at your own comfort with those shoulders. Good, breathe. Another 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna look to the right, and then we're gonna look to the left. Keeping these pulses. Good, another 3, 2, 1. And then just look to the right, stretch out your neck, keep pulsing through that ring if you have it, or just invisible pulses if you don't have a prop. Good, keep breathing, pulsing, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now just look the other way. Stretching out through that neck, keep pulsing. Breathing, good. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now see if you can keep your hands behind you. Take your feet off of the block, and then move with your hands, move the block under the tailbone, and let your hips sink down onto that tailbone. Let that gravity take over onto the block. So the block, remember, has 3 different heights: high, medium, low, just whatever height you want to go. Let your arms rest out. And then with that ring still on your legs, start shifting your legs side to side. Right side, left side. Just windshield wiping through the legs. That ring is helping. The top leg pulls up with that ring. Those hands are down on the ground for support. Good, loosening up through the spine. Another 3, 2, and finish up on each side. Bring it back to center, lift those hips up, slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take that ring, place it onto the soles of your feet, both feet at the same time, and rock yourself all the way up. Hold a teaser position with that ring. Good, hold 3. Keep breathing. 2, and 1. Lower those legs back down. And we're gonna end with a straddle stretch and the ring. Take that ring right out in front of you. You could use a ball or just your block here if you didn't have a ring. Wiggle those knees and the hips so you're nice and grounded onto the ground. Reach as far forward as you can without those seat bones lifting up off the ground, and press that ring down. Just pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold this hold this resistance down. Just try to squeeze that ring down. Keep your left hand squeezing down onto your ring or your ball or your block. Take your right arm, reach it out, And pulse down on that ring. See if you can catch your foot with your right hand or just somewhere on your leg. As you pulse down that ring, stretching out through that right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to switch the sides. Keep the ring right where it is. Place that right hand onto the ring. Left hand can go anywhere on the leg. Maybe you can even reach your toes. And then pulse down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Palms to your heart center. Let's go one time up and around. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Felt good.